Dice.
The tea is coming soon.
We got the tea.
If you at home or on the move, but you gotta stay tuned.
Stay tuned, y'all.
For summer's room. The tea is coming soon.
We got the tea.
If you at home or on the move, but you gotta stay tuned.
Stay tuned,
For
y'all.
summer's room.
Be sure to smash that follow button on all platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? It's your girl Summer, your host with the most of Summer's Room. And I am here for a little ride along, and we're gonna get into a little bit of TT. Not too much because I have not been watching like the actual content. I'm going off based on what I've heard, which will all be allegedly, since it's not things that I've actually heard for myself for the most part. And just to give my opinion on some things that I've saw in the comments with my own eyes. Yeah, and just some company, while I take this little ride home, and just to see how have y'all been doing, what's up, what's good. Pressure! Hey, yeah! How you doing? How is school? How are you doing? How are things coming along? Hey, Pressure, what's up, Jamie Boo? What's popping? Hey, love. Now, I am driving, so I'm at a red light right now. So if I don't say hey, please don't take it as me being rude. Y'all know safety is first, always, always, always. So charges to safety, not to my heart, okay? But if I get an opportunity to look at my screen and I could catch a name or something, I definitely will speak. Y'all know I'm not a rude hoe. Y'all know I'm not a rude hoe. Y'all know I don't get down like that or whatever. What's up, Tracy? Hey, Hannah. Oh, I miss you too, bro. Is that my Hannah Banana? Is that my Hannah Banana? What's up, Nay Nay? Is that my Hannah Banana? Your name look different. Is that my Hannah Banana? Hold on, let me switch my earphones. Hold on, before hey, Hannah Banana. I had to double check because I ain't seen your name on the screen in a minute. I had going live, so if you've been busy and you ain't been catching me, you ain't missed a lot because I haven't really been very, very active on the social media scene, like at all. I'm trying to get better. And I've been saying that for the last couple of months, but for whatever reason, I ain't caught up to it yet. But I'm going to keep working on it. What's up, Niecy, baby? Ooh, Niecy, I see you somewhere. I was like, ooh, I see you in the screenshot in the comment section or somewhere. I said, ooh, when that happened? What I missed? God dang. What I missed was going on. But y'all people grown will do what they want to do. Hey Edith, how are you? How you doing? Hey Shannon. Hey Cuz. She said I'm weak. All right, y'all. So if you over on Facebook, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to be dropping Facebook and I'm only going to be leaving YouTube up. So at some point you might want to make your way over to YouTube. I can't check and see if anybody is over there. I can't drop a link because I'm driving. I normally do. However, my YouTube channel is the same as my Facebook. Type in Summer's Room. It's going to be a picture of me in the background, and it'll say Summer's Room in pink. Same logo like you see right here on my screen. Now, some of the things we're going to be covering today is I want to talk about Rico, Chef Carmen. Not too much on Tay. But that's something I'm going to address because people was going off in my comments today about them. They was upset. I want to also talk about why it slipped my mind. I want to talk about some comments I seen in regards to this whole situation with the guy Christopher that did that live with Tibby. I definitely seen that. I definitely seen that pop off, and I seen some comments over on Mookie's page. And I was like, what? If this ain't a bunch of, this is some hypocritical, like, are y'all reading what y'all saying over here? So I want to talk about that. I also seen a clip today on Blasted page where May responded and kind of threatened if she going to jail, everybody going to jail. I want to kind of touch on that because I was like, what's going on here? And I'm trying to think, what else it was something else I wanted to talk about too. It's kind of old now because I'm supposed to then went live and talk about these things. So I don't know if I'm gonna get into that, but we're gonna see how far I get with all of this. But before we get into the tea, let me know if you're in the comment section. Let me know if you're a roomie. Let me know if you're a visitor. If you're a roomie, drop some pink hearts in the chat. If you just visiting, put some yellow hearts in the chat. Pink hearts if you're a roomie, yellow hearts if you just visiting. You just live by the day. And how has everybody been doing? What up, Jack's back in the building? Oh, girl, they've been looking for you on social media. They've been looking for you, Jack. They been tagged, Smile Through the Tears tagged me today and said, where your friend at? I said, who my friend? She threw that backpacking that hammer in the chat. I said, oh, she talking about Jack. I said, ooh. I told him you were scared. You got ran off the internet, baby. You were scared of that lady named Scream 3. Scream 3 done scared our friend Jack off the internet. Crazy work. Crazy work. Hey, Tori Boo. Hey, Tori Boo. That's crazy. You let that lady scare you off the internet like that because she did a live about you. I heard about that live she did about you. Dramas and Doobies here. What up, Dramas and Doobies? What up? What up? What's happening? Hear this 304 will jack in my ass. Just a little fire, say not too much or whatever. Okay, so where y'all want to start? Y'all want me to start off slow? Y'all want me to start off with the Rico and Chef Carmen stuff first, and then get into the Christian stuff? Like, what y'all want to build up? You know, tell me where y'all want to start. Let me know in the comment section also where y'all want to start. Y'all want to start off slow and build up? Let me know. Hey, Desiree Boo. Hey, love. Hey, love. I feel like I used to use this heart thing before you was on the internet, Jack. I kind of feel like I used this a time or two before in the past. Like, I know you're saying this is yours, but I feel like I've used it in the past. Take it slow. Take it. Ain't that a song? Something about taking it slow. It's a song that's going to come to me. Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me. Nobody's prepared for the heart attack at the beginning. She said, girl, I am scared. See, y'all heard it here first. Y'all heard it here first. Okay. We're going to start off slow. And after I finish getting into this, I'm probably going to be clipping this and going straight to Facebook because it's going to get a little bit more maybe. So I don't know. You know, people be getting a little, you know what I'm saying, razzle dazzle on FB. So for those who don't know who Rico and Chef Carmen is, Chef Carmen is known on social media for her cooking. She came on here cooking and she razzle dazzle a lot of women because she used to tell them, like, you know, this how you could get that bigger ring. This how you could do this. How you could do that. And this is how they should be treating you. And she kind of wowed her audience with what she did. And she also was known for giving back to the community. She used to do a lot of things where she gave back to the homeless. Rico used to be her ace boon coon. He was her right-hand man. He kind of came up under him. She took him under his wing. She took Rico under her wing and made sure he was good while they were friends. They were friends for a very long time. I feel like I think it was over 10 years that they were friends, and she looked out for him and things like that. Some of y'all might remember Chef Carmen from when she came to May's house actually and catered some type of event. She catered some type of event at May's house. I can't remember what the event was, but it was something at May's house, and that's where she met her wife. I don't know if that was the first time she met her wife, but that's where like people say like when they saw like, oh, this is the one, or whatever. So anyway, Rico and Chef Carmen's friendship came to an abrupt end when Rico decided, you know, he had enough, was enough for him. He claims that he was being mistreated, and during the storm, he was left to fend for himself and he had no food or anything. However, if you watch that article, watch that on my page. It's a link that I posted where you see him and Chef Carmen's wife together after the storm. Chef Carmen's wife was also by herself, where they bunker down when the storm, I think it was a hurricane or something like that. They bunker down for the storm. And right after the storm, him and Tay was together hitting up the supermarkets and different things like that. She was grabbing things that she needed. And in the video, you will also hear Tay offer for him to stay at their home. But he claims that he had no food in his fridge and he had no way to eat and things like that. And so he exited, left, because from the story that we are hearing from the people who he's with, is that he would eat, he would go without food and all kinds of stuff. They showed a bare refrigerator and things like that. His story is he was being mistreated and underpaid. Chef Carmen is like, I paid for his room and board. He had access to a car, and he had access to my bank account. He had a card where I would load money onto to make sure he could get the things that he needs. So these are the stories that we got. We were able to preview what his 2-bedroom apartment looked like. It was very nice. It was furniture to the T, but they're saying, it's not all it was cracked up to be. Anyway, he decided to leave. And recently, we're going to fast forward today. It was something that happened on social media. Rico went live and he said that he tired of Chef Carmen talking about him and he want to know where his payout money is. He first said he want to know where his payout money is. Hey, Bill. When he first said where my payout money, at first I thought he was talking about from the company, because Chef Carmen had started a seasoning business and a cooking business and things like that. And I thought that he felt like he was due some money from her selling. She sold her portion of her company. And I thought he was talking about the money from that, because some people believe that he's owed some money from the company like it was his, like it was part his. But from my understanding, he was not a partner. Chef Carmen always said that, they started it together, meaning her and Rico, but it was ultimately her business and he worked side by side with her. From what she said, she paid him a wage. He was compensated for his work, but he was not actually an owner in the business or whatnot. And then when I went back and I listened to the live, it said, well, my payout money. So I'm like, is he talking about from social media? Because I remember, like, when all this had went down, people were saying that he had a page, allegedly, and that it was monetized or something was in his name or something like that, something to that degree. I can't remember verbatim, but something about social media and where's his money? Why wasn't he getting a portion of the funds? Because he was in the videos, he was helping to cook and things like that. But from my perspective, from what I see I think people are forgetting that he was getting paid for the things he was doing. And on top of him getting paid for what he was doing, receiving a wage, he also had a 2-bedroom apartment that was being paid for by Chef Carmen, and he also had a vehicle that was provided to him by Chef Carmen. So I'm not really sure, from me looking from the outside in and from the information that was given, I'm not really sure what else people are talking about he was supposed to have. I don't really know. But anyway, Rico claims that Chef Carmen had said something negative about him recently, so he stepped into her chat and addressed her. And he said he's a grown man and he, stand on 10. He's not the same man that he used to be, and he's no longer going to cower away. Now, when I watched that video that he did, in my personal opinion, he looked very uncomfortable in that video. He could very well have found a different, a new him. He could have found a different energy. He could be a different person today. He could be more outspoken, absolutely. But in that video, to me, my personal opinion, he seemed very uncomfortable. He kept cutting his eyes over as if he was like peeking over at someone, almost like looking for a surety or guidance. And this is me all speculating based off what I saw. I don't know if any of that is true. This is just giving my opinion from what I saw. If you missed that, I did post a clip from that. Or you can go to his page, which is Rico Champion. The live is still up. It's very short. I think it's like a 4-minute live. You can go watch it for yourself and give me, your own personal opinion. Now, it was some people in my comment section, somebody named Soul Sister or something like that. For whatever reason, they are under the impression, her and a couple of other people are under the impression that I am on Chef Carmen and Tay's payroll. They think that I'm being paid by them for whatever reason. They also accused me of talking about Rico. And I'm going to assume when they said talking about him that they meant like in a negative way, mocking him and making fun of his medical issues, or what some people perceive for him to have, like a disability, which I don't think the man has a disability at all. Now, I, for one, typically don't talk about people like that. Now, I do talk about everybody when I go live and I recap because I'm a gossiper, right? I'm a T-page is what I do. I was over on Darnell's live laughing at Darnell because he was doing what he do, and it was funny. And they were trying to say that I was laughing at Rico, like his shortcomings, and I'm like, that's not why I was laughing. And they accused me of always being on their side. And I'm like, that's absolutely not true. I got cursed out by a lady on Darnell's live one day because she didn't like that I didn't just side with Chef Carmen, because I disagreed with her putting some information out on social media that was very much so personal, and I felt like was crossing the line. I'm like, I don't know where y'all get these things from. Like, and I know people gonna have their own perspective and their own opinion, but like, that's just absolutely not true. Like, I don't just side with people. If something is posted that I agree with, I'll tell you I agree with it, and if I don't, I'll say I don't agree with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really sure where they get this from, me always siding with them and never having a different opinion, because I have spoken about a few things that Chef Carmen has said or expressed that I didn't agree with. You know, but at the end of the day, people grown, they can do what they want to do, just like Rico was grown and he could do what he want to do. And I spoke on the fact that all of this started with the way that Rico left the friendship. You know, because the way he left the friendship was absolutely messy, and I don't know how anybody could deny that. Like, you just up and disappeared like like you disappeared like a ghost. No notice, no information, or nothing. Just up, like, plan to just exit left. And or whatnot. They found out later on that you were not coming back. That you decided to go about your own way. And from my understanding, I don't know how true it is, you left the apartment unlocked. You didn't lock up the apartment and didn't clean up behind yourself. So not only after Chef Carmen provided him with this 2-bedroom, fully furnished apartment, she had to then go in and clean it out and continue to pay for the rent with it being empty. You know what I'm saying? Because she wasn't given notice. She had to leave where she was from and she had to clean it up. And then after he left the apartment, you know, he decided to sit on panels with people, because the people that he left with were people who were Chef Carmen's ops. It was people who actually used to talk about him, used to drag him on the internet, make fun of him, and say he had a disability and a shortcoming, and you know, these things like that. They had a lot of negative things to say about him, and these very same people end up taking him under his wing, and he ended up sitting on a panel with them saying some negative stuff about Chef Carmen. And not only that, the person who took him ended up having access to Chef Carmen's like debit card. She was able to call and give numbers, and I think she had like her last couple of digits of, I could be wrong, it was either of the account or of her social security number. Now, she would have only known those things from Rico telling her those things. And so if I was Chef Carmen, I would have been pissed about that too. They actually called the bank on a live and let the balance play, you know, trying to prove something to social media that he didn't have any funds, you know, and this, that, and the third. It was money on there. It wasn't a lot of money. I think it was like less than $30 at the time, or whatever. And I just was like, she has every right to feel some type of way. This went from being her brother, somebody who she said was her brother and she loved and cared about, to somebody who decided to go sit with people that dragged and attacked the person who was fending for him. And this is just speaking facts, you know, being logical in the scenario. And people that have picked a side don't like people to talk logical, you know, or to separate emotion from it. I'm just speaking like what the facts are. So I wanted to address that. Oh, somebody was in the comments asking me why I won't cover. They put some videos in my inbox, which I posted because I told them I would post the videos, although it's not the video that I asked them for, because they said they had proof of Chef Carmen talking about Rico for the reason why Rico went live and said what he said. But I didn't get that video. I'm still waiting on that video that they allege that they have. Instead, they sent me a bunch of old videos from 2019 of Tay playing with these two puppies where she put socks over the puppy's head. They was like Yorkies or something. They were like really small dogs where she put a sock over their head. And from my understanding, she did that because I guess they had a tendency of messing with her socks. And some people were saying that was abuse of the dog. I didn't see that. Could I see how some people wouldn't like that? Absolutely. Do I think the dogs were harmed in that video? No, I don't. It was a cotton sock. They could breathe. One of the puppies was playing around and prancing and playing around. It didn't look tight on the dog's head. She could easily like pull it from it. So I'm not really sure what they wanted me to feel like it was an abuse. I don't think it's abuse. I've never seen those videos until they inboxed it to me. And for some reason, I think they think that I'm like an awareness page and I'm supposed to like dig up dirt on people or allege dirt on people and bring people, make people aware of it. I'm not an awareness page. I'm a gossip page. I cover the things that are being talked about today. I don't typically go back and dig up stuff from 1942. That's not what my page is about. I agree, Catherine. From what I know from social media, I agree, Catherine. Now, Rico says he's going to tell his story. We've been waiting for him to tell his story for quite some time. They had put up a video of him like doing an interview. I'm still waiting for that interview to drop. I haven't seen it. So anyway, fast forward back to Tay. Then they wanted to accuse Tay of getting a BBL and I guess using the funds from a GoFundMe. I'm not aware of funds from a GoFundMe. I haven't been sent anything about a GoFundMe. If she had a BBL, who gives a damn? She's a grown woman if she did. But I guess the issue is that she's supposed to use the GoFundMe funds to do it. Well, I don't speculate on stuff like that. Now, if you have some proof or something to prove, like that's what happened, send it. But she also didn't send that either. I'm waiting for those videos. She's supposed to have some videos to prove that when she took her break off of social media, that the reason why she took a break is because she got a BBL. Tay looked the same to me. She doesn't look any different to me. It doesn't look like she went and got her body done up. She looks like what she's always looked like. Her butt doesn't look huge. She looks proportioned like she was prior to. So I don't know, but I'm waiting on that. I haven't received that video yet. I don't do speculation though. I might give my opinion, but I don't put out information trying to allow people to believe something that's my opinion. I'll be clear. Hey, this is my opinion. This is what I saw. This is what I took from this. But I'm not just going to pull something out the sky. You know what I'm saying? I just don't do that. Yes, not 1942. We don't do that. We do current 2024, 2025, like, in late 2024, like the end of it. Because I'm not finna go back 12 months to go find something. Like, now, if it's relative to something we're talking about, possibly, but I ain't never done that. I don't know if people confused about what kind of page I am, but I'm a T page. Like, I just post, current things about what's going on now. What's the hottest. Well, I was, but I ain't really doing that much of that as of late. But, but I'm not an awareness page. I'm not here to bring awareness of nobody's scamming, bribing, treachery. Like, I'm just here to post what I think people want to see, what's going to get me a click and a view. That's it. So I'm not really sure what people want from me in regards to that, but I just wanted to say, like, I wanted to highlight that. I would love to see a clip of Chef Carmen talking about them because I haven't seen. I went to try to find it. I couldn't find anything recent. Chef Carmen said she doesn't recall speaking on Rico. The last thing I recall, which I said I thought was corny, Chef Carmen did it, and this was maybe a month or two ago. She did a live and she was talking about Rico, but I was like, I hadn't seen Rico talking about her, so I couldn't understand why she was talking about him. And when somebody questioned her about it, talking about him at the time was, no, he talked about her, but she was referring to when he talked about her when he left. And I was like, well, that's old news. Y'all already have addressed that time and time again. So why are we back, retracting it? I didn't think that was okay. I disagreed with that. So I'm not really sure when people say I always agree with them because it's absolutely not true. I can't remember if in that live she referred to him as slow or like something like that, but I definitely didn't agree with that. I don't agree with stuff like that. So I'm not really sure, what people see. I don't cover them a lot as of late. But yeah, I ain't never been to just agree and just to agree. But if I like to, if something was the Facebook facts, I like to go off the Facebook facts. I don't like to just assume or because I may like someone or gravitate to someone more than the other that I'm just going to be like, oh no, they're never wrong. No, that's not the case. But I would love to see the clip to show why Rico was going off because Rico claimed that was him and Chef Carmen comments. But I already know that Chef Carmen has moderators over that Rico has moderators over his page. Because I've seen people in his comments commenting as him as he's live. So I know that other people be logged into his page as a moderator or admin, and it might look like it's Rico, but it's not really Rico. If you get the proof, please share. I've been waiting. They said they got it. I'm still waiting for the clip. If they send it to me, I'm definitely gonna post it, just like I posted everything else. And I'll put up a clip and I'll say, hey, here is a snippet of when Chef Carmen said blah blah blah, and this was the reason why Rico went and did whatever he did to show. Because I love to show like, no, y'all, I used to love to do a good side by side of recent dialogue though. Like that was what I used to do. I didn't dig for stuff from 1942, but I definitely would do some side by side stuff. What is going on with this car? I definitely would do some side by side stuff for like recent dialogue. If people was beefing today and it was two lives that I'm going back to back, I would put the videos together side by side so people could see why and what happened. So if I get it, I definitely will post it. But that was pretty much on that. Situation. All I had to say about that. And I'm almost home. So let me go ahead and move on to now. I definitely seen that interview that Scream 3 did. It wasn't even an interview because when I watched it, I understand initially he didn't even realize he was on live. It was later on when Scream 3 responded to somebody in the comments. He like, we live? Because he was talking to her via inbox on video call or whatever. So he didn't even know he was on live initially. So at least that's how it come off to me. So it wasn't really an interview. It was just them supposedly having a one-on-one conversation is what I think he thought. And then he was like, oh, snap. You gonna put me on live and they gonna hear what I said, and then May and them gonna be dragging me, calling me a liar, calling me this. But I guess he decided to continue with the dialogue. But he seemed a little uncomfortable or uneasy, like and frustrated because Scream 3, well, her drunk self just kept cutting Bull off. And not only me, I'm screaming at my phone. There's people in her comments like, let the man talk, let him finish, stop cutting him off. But baby, she was on one and she was gonna do what she wanted to do, how she always do it. But anyway. Now, I'm not going to hold y'all. You know, it said that his girlfriend, I think, at the time, I can't remember the name. It was like Honey Pot or something in the name. They claimed that they were his girlfriend, I think. They were there with him at the time, and so they went to go get him because he was being talked about because Scream 3 was reading the book on live. And so he ended up inboxing her and talking to her. Now, I'm not going to hold y'all. A lot of stuff that he said lines up with stories that May has shared and said about him, about how he was obsessed, infatuated with her. It lined up with, you know, the story that Ivan is giving, you know, his story. It lined up with his story. We got some new tea from him. Now, I don't know if it's a coincidence that all of a sudden he popped up after Chanel allegedly popped into May's comments, and this is all like a ploy or whatever. I'm not sure if it's a money grab, or I'm not sure if he just got tired like he said he was, and he just wanted to tell his story because he's tired of people trying to pay him out to be a liar and manipulator. But I'm not gonna lie, just like in my post, like his story lines up with stuff that May has said, and it lines up with stuff that Ivan has said. And Ivan wasn't agreeing with everything that he was saying on that live. It was some stuff where Ivan was like, I don't remember that, because like I said, I was watching live. Ivan was like, I don't remember that, or you know, And then he even congratulated him after he said, I even don't know, but I was busting, you know, his wife down in the car. And he was like, congratulations. So I'm like, this man crazy. Or whatever. So it was some people in Mookie comments. It was some people in Mookie comments, because Mookie had put up a post about something about a P word. Oh, wait, let me clip Facebook. I'm clipping Facebook, y'all. So if you're on Facebook and you want to continue to hear my recap, my opinions, and my view, come on over to YouTube. I'm clipping Facebook. I forgot that Facebook was open. They ain't finna get me. Absolutely not. Facebook is out of here. Bye-bye. Okay. Save my changes. Boom. Okay, and we back. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Hey, Blasted. How you doing, love? Dawn Marie was just in the comments, gal. Let me know if y'all can hear me before I continue. Can y'all hear me? Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. As soon as y'all confirm y'all can hear me, I'm gonna continue. Okay. So what I want to say is this: Christopher, which I think his real name is Christopher. Christopher's story is his story. Just like I said, Ivan's story is his story. Just like I said, May's story is her story. You know, this is their story, their side. Now, it I can't remember the name, but I had screenshotted it, but I'm driving now, so I can't show y'all. But Mookie had put up a post saying it's crazy pretty much how was a P on live talking about another P. And pretty much like how she wouldn't support a P or whatever, this, that, and the third. And I was like, not gonna hold you. No sauce, Mookie, but I was like, right? Because May is being accused of being a P now from y'all, but y'all were her in-laws and y'all was cool with everything up until the point where your brother ruled. So whatever, right? So I'm like, that don't sound to be too accurate, you know? But anyway, it was some people in the comments and they said something to the effect of, he did his time. I'm not sure what they were talking about, or it's old news. It's old, you know, and we're here now. And they were victims. And people tend to do things that was done to them, repeat the cycle, you know, and had these excuses for these individuals who they believe may be the P word, you know, may have done something to children that they had no business doing. And they gave them an excuse because they believe that this had been done to them. So let's ignore the fact that they may have also, you know, harmed children in the past. We're going to overlook those things because they were hurt and people tend to repeat those things. And I found it odd because as they were talking about giving these people excuses that may be the P word, they were then condemning May when May herself has said she herself has went through these same kinds of traumas as a child. So I'm like, it is hypocritical. Like, y'all sound like hypocrites. Like, if they the P word, the P word. If we're going to excuse somebody because they've been through something as a child and they commit the same act as an adult, if we want to excuse this person and that person, how come then we turning around and y'all saying y'all not going to excuse this person? I just don't understand. Like, if I believe somebody is a P word, they a P word. I don't care what happened to them. Not to minimize their trauma because their trauma is theirs, but we're not finna downplay one person's situation that y'all believe did something to a minor, but then drag the other person. Like, I need y'all to pick a side. Do y'all not like the P words? Like, do y'all want to condemn the P words? Do y'all want to drag the P words? Do y'all want to see them off of these platforms? Do y'all want to see them jailed? Like, do y'all want to see them pay for the crime? Or is it only certain people y'all believe who committed these acts that y'all want to see to pay for the crime? And it always brings me back, like, is it because of the color of her skin? Is it because of who she was married to and their color of their skin? Is it a jealousy thing? Like, do people just hate this lady that much that they are willing to overlook other people's ways but not overlook hers? Like, and this is not me making an excuse for nobody. This is me actually like just trying to understand, because I'm like, if that's not a hypocrite, like, what is a hypocrite? Like, is that making any sense to y'all? I was like flabbergasted. I even commented in the comment section, like, so y'all willing to overlook somebody else being a P word, but y'all not willing to overlook that person from being a P word. Like, it just ain't making no sense to me. It just ain't making no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, a P word is a P word. Most people who are a P word have some type of trauma. They have some type of history. Most people, you have a conversation with them and you'll end up finding out that they themselves were touched as a child. You know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, then are we excusing that other guy? Because I know a lot of people excuse that other guy with the M word. His name is Maine or whatever. Like, he got paperwork on him. It's a description listed of what he did to the little girl at, I think he was 26 or 27 and she was 13 and 14. Like, so it's like, I'm just trying to understand, like, what we doing? What we doing? Like, what we doing? And then I wish I had my other phone to like read the messages so y'all can understand what I'm saying, but I don't have my other phone because I was driving. But I thought that was crazy to me. Like, it's just crazy. And then I'm like, and I know people gonna be like, oh, you always defending May. No, this is not about me defending May. This is me trying to make it make sense, because it could have been May, it could have been June, it could have been July. Like, I'm just trying to understand how y'all want to overlook the possibility of somebody else being the P word because, oh, they went through this as a kid, but then we're not going to overlook someone else's when they also went through this as a kid. It's like their story, everything they say is a lie, and everything everybody else say is the truth. And I'm just like, when nobody got proof of nothing, y'all just have his story, her story, his story, and her story. Nobody has no actual proof. You just have, you know, what somebody is saying. Like, I just need y'all to pick a side of what y'all believe and what y'all gonna stand for, what y'all gonna be against. Like, because y'all ain't making it make no sense. And the only thing that makes sense to me is y'all that jealous of this lady that y'all are willing to bypass like other people's faults but not hers, and they faults are equal. I'm just saying making a sense. Now, something else I heard today. Now, I'm not really sure. I was watching a clip from Blasted, and I'm not really sure what May meant by, if I go down, y'all going down, and she named like Ivan, Chanel, Christopher, and things like, I don't know what she meant like that, but I'm gonna need people to stop. Well, I don't know if she meant like, if y'all gonna get me locked up for, accusing me of being the P word, I'm gonna get y'all locked up for being the P word. Or if she meant like they was into some other foul stuff that she held on to. I don't know. But I don't understand why people holding on to these things for people, and then like when it seems like to me people are no longer a benefit to them, they want to throw people under the bus. Like, if they was wrong back then, if they wrong today in your book, they was wrong back then. So for me, like, tell your story. You have every right to tell your story. Like, if you've been through something, nobody can tell you not to tell your story. But all this stuff that's coming out and all these allegations of, like, I wonder, like, is Kylie just full of P words and people that been through this traumatic thing? Because it's other people that was coming out like with Chosen and all them, and other people. Like, what's happening? Like, I ain't never had a want to go to Kylie. I really don't want to go now because y'all got me scared. Like, is that what's going on in California? Like, what's happening? A lot of people, I don't know about a lot. Who are so many people? I know Ivan has the story, and now we know Christopher. But who are the other people that have the same story? Because I only know those two people. Who are the other people? You said so many people. Is it somebody else that I'm missing that has the story of her allegedly doing something to them underage? Because you like the third person that said I heard say so many people, but I only know of Ivan's story and now Christopher's story. Who's the other? Who's the so many people? Honey, the history is nasty work. I'm good. I'm definitely good. I don't want no parts of it. I don't want no parts of it. And honestly, like, I couldn't. I'm gonna be honest, super transparent. And with the way things going, I wouldn't be able to be okay with how this stuff is coming out. I'm like, because I'm never going to tell somebody that they were not a victim. I'm never going to blatantly come out and say you're lying. You weren't a victim. You making this up. I'm never going to tell that to somebody who is claiming they were a victim of something. And that's why I said Ivan's story is his story. Now you got Christopher coming out. I'm not going to call May a P word either, but I'm also not going to ignore the fact that this stuff is now coming out and stories are sounding familiar. Stories that she's told is sounding familiar. Stories that Ivan is now telling is sounding familiar. And like I said before, the mom was aware of it. I blame her. If it's true, I blame the mama. Mookie was aware of it, and now everybody is against her. I blame all y'all. Anybody who knew and turned a blind eye to it and talk about he was 18, what we were supposed to do. I don't care what he was. I'm never co-signing somebody I believe that was harming my brother or my child. No, I probably can't have prevented him from being with the person because that was his choice. And it doesn't sound like I even felt like he was a victim. Not saying that, because I believe an adult knows better. A child doesn't. He thought he was if this was true, he thought he was like, ooh, I'm hot-ish. But as an adult, if you were committing these acts, you knew you were wrong. It's wrong. Period. It's wrong, period. You know what I'm saying? You also back the P. Who P? No, I ain't never back the P. I ain't never back the P, baby girl. That's a lie. You believe I back a P because y'all have labeled her a P based on what y'all believe. But I've never labeled her a P. And if I did label her a P, we would never been friends at all. Love. Love. Absolutely the hell not. Anybody who knew and co-signed it is wrong. And then you have people that was kids that was not protected. Everyone just trying to catch it up. Right. Like, it's crazy. What about Tati? Regardless if she backtracked her story, she came out first saying that her mom was, and with Tati being the first one to come out to say what she say, and now these things are coming out, it makes it look even worse. It makes it look even worse. Well, I don't know if she was a predator. If like I said, if indeed these things happen, which I don't know, because like I said, I got his story and her story and now his story, but I don't know any of it to be factual. I just know their stories. If it is true, she absolutely was wrong. Absolutely. Cat is a victim? Wait, what? Cat's Beauty World? Victim to who? Wait a minute. This is new. This is new. Tati coming out and saying what she said, and now, because at first, Tati coming out and saying what she was mad, she said it. But now these other people coming out and saying what they said, it makes it look really bad because a drunk tongue normally speaks a sober mind. I say that all the time. Could she have been lying? Absolutely. We know Tati is prone to lying and making up stories, though. So I don't know. But wait, what do y'all mean Cat is a victim? Cat's Beauty World? Staying stuck in May's house. I understand family is family, but I don't know, man. Strange. What? I'm lost. Cat is a victim? That's new. Well, Ivan was up on F and F, and he said this stuff that Chris was saying is true. That he was Oh, did he go on Feminine and Queers? I said his story is his story, and Ivan's story is his story. Cat's Beauty World a victim? No, I don't think she was underage when they talk about they dealt with each other. They were adults. She was an adult, Amanda. When it comes to Tati, I kind of feel bad for her because it's coming out that she was. Then I read a caption. Hold on, because I'm about to have to. I'm just at my house. Then I read a caption that allegedly Tati was hunched on by him. But were they both kids? That saying is okay. But was he an adult? Was he an adult? Was he an adult? Was he an adult when that happened? Not saying it's okay. That is okay, even if he was a kid. Who am I backing, Linda? Who did I back on this live? You hearing what you want to hear, Linda, and it's okay. It's okay. Believe what you want to believe, love. He was 14, she was 8. Oh my gosh. And was he allowed to come back around her after that was known? Why are people not protecting kids? Why is that okay? Like, what's happening? Just like the story of wasn't the story that but May said she didn't find out about that until like recently. Wasn't the story that May said she didn't find out about Ivan allegedly watching the P Word with Tati? She found out about that recently, or was that old? Tati was hunched on by Chris. Okay, Mama Khan. Hey, Miss Oso Prete. That's crazy because it was said they was all poly together. So she was poly with him after, yeah, because she said they was all poly. So you entered into some type of relationship after he hunched on your daughter. Absolutely, F not. That's weird. Like, I don't understand like the train of thought for none of that kind of stuff. And this is what May said. May said came out and said that he hunched her. That don't make you look good. That makes you look like a horrible person. He hunched on your daughter at 14. That means he was well aware of what he was doing at that age. And he hunched on your 8-year-old daughter. And then you entered into some type of relationship with him. And I always, what? Absolutely not. Don't argue with her. It's okay. She entitled to her opinion and her view. She can believe what she want to believe. Those people like that are stuck on their view and their perception. And no matter what I say out of my mouth, they're only going to hear what they perceive. It don't matter what I say. Don't argue with them. They entitled to their opinion. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. She screwed him after that. Now that's horrible. Now I haven't been watching that, and I didn't see that clip. I don't know if Blasted put up a clip. I'm gonna go watch it. But if May said that out of her own mouth, that makes you look like a horrible person. Why would you go back and enter into a sexual relationship with a man who was hunching on your daughter at 14 years of age? He was a kid. He's a teenager though. He's not like a baby. He's well aware of what he was doing. That don't make no sense. You entitled to your thoughts? I'm making excuses for her right now based off what she said out of her own mouth. See, the problem is, I'm not going to attach something to somebody without actual proof. And if I'm being realistic, it's probably not no way for them to actually prove something that happened back then when they were children. So that's why I say his story is his story, her story is her story. I can also not ignore the fact that Ivan denied that these things happened while he was married to May. He denied all allegations while they were together for years. And then after they split, and what seems like the well went dry. He then said he had a story to tell when he was with his girl Dimple, and also said that Dimples encouraged the story, and that some things was kind of like played up or hyped up to make it read well. I'm not going to ignore any of the things that was said simply because somebody wants me to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. But if somebody says something out their mouth, that's their story. That's them confirming something. And if May came out of her own mouth and said at 14, he hunched on her 8-year-old daughter, and then she turned around and entered into a relationship with him, that's weird. And it sounds bad on your part. Just like I can understand how it is weird that um it sounds like she pretty much had a part in raising Ivan from a teenager to an adult and then marry him. That's weird too. Like I've said that publicly and I've said that privately. So I'm not really sure what y'all want me to say, but I ain't gonna argue with y'all. But crazy work. Crazy. Not only did he not admit it, Amanda, his mama denied it and his sisters and them all denied it too. Do you forget that? Because they had no reason to lie about it. Because I know for sure if it was me and my sibling was um touched as a kid and I believe they were N-word and that a P-word attacked them, when somebody came to me and asked me about it, I would tell them that that's absolutely true. I also would not befriend that individual and make it seem like we cool and it's my sis. No, I wouldn't. And it also wouldn't be, oh, he's 18 now, so what we supposed to do? He may have been okay with that relationship, but I, as an individual, would never have to accept it. And so to me, it is weird for now that the marriage has now dissolved, that now everybody is anti-May. I'm not going to ignore that either. You can choose to. I just said Ivan's story is his story, and I'm never going to call him a liar. May's story is, I don't know, y'all deaf. I don't keep repeating myself though. Their story is their story, all of them. I'm not going to tell none of them that they are a liar. I wasn't there, and I haven't seen no proof. I don't know how many times I got to say that. I said that since day one, and I'm saying that today. When she posted that sonogram, I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. She said, oh, that was the wrong person. That seems weird to me too, because I haven't seen a third sonogram to show the third one she was talking about. But it's her word against mine. I have no proof. So again, I'm a proof type person. Now I know Connie has used the word, the P word, and what you call them inbox. Was she referring to May? I don't know because she didn't use the name. Connie is smart. You know what I'm saying? But one can only speculate. Now that would be me speculating that she's referring to May, but I don't know. I don't know. CPS came when he was 17, right? Allegedly, CPS came when he was underage. Anyway, y'all not gonna convince me to feel how y'all feel. I'm not easily persuaded. I don't want you to be upset or feel no type of way because you're not going to get me to say anything different than what I said already, what I've been saying, love. So, if you don't like my perspective or anything like that, it's okay. We don't have to agree. We can disagree. We grown, and you don't have to like my opinion. That's okay too, you know, at all. I'm just speaking what I know facts. Enjoy the rest of your evening, Linda. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. But I'm gonna have to go watch that clip because I ain't know about that. Y'all brought me some new information today. Oh, and something. The last thing I want to touch on, because people keep on bringing up when I talk about Scream 3 and how disgusting she is. They be like, "Oh, you want to talk about how disgusting she is talking about kids, but what about Kat?" Kat's Beauty World said what she said in response to somebody coming at her, and we said that was disgusting. What she said about somebody's kid and mom was disgusting too. That was months ago. Okay, it's old news. I'm not gonna keep talking about something that happened 2, 3, 4 months ago. Okay. However, Scream 3 talks about kids every single day, every day, every day. And y'all same people that are on Kat's back for what she said months ago are in support of Scream 3's trifling antics. So y'all make that make sense. Y'all make that make sense. I don't know, B. I have no idea. You have to go ask Chris Love. I don't know. I don't typically look up people's records or anything like that. But then what I was saying, I lost track. Yes, absolutely hypocrisy, because y'all keep talking about what Kat said months ago in response to somebody. Not that her responding it makes it any better, but Scream 3 is saying the things she's saying unprovoked every day, threatening to come harm children, threatening to unalive children, using racial slurs against children every single day. Every day. Basically admitted to y'all that she got a problem with her hands and anger issues, punching holes in doors, and have records that could be pulled up. But y'all are okay with that because she dragging May. Y'all okay with that? We gonna support this because she dragging May Bay and we don't like May Bay. So we're gonna overlook all these things that she's doing because we are team anything against May Bay. Yay. No, y'all some hypocrites, baby. Y'all some hypocrites. Hypocrites. And y'all the ones keeping May relevant. Like, if y'all don't want her to thrive on social media, what you need to do is the opposite of what y'all are doing. And for me, in my opinion, that's why Connie goes live and stream all of her lives every time she goes live. Connie not slow. She knows that May has now acquired an audience that dislikes her. Her audience that dislikes her is greater than the audience that likes her. And so she knows if I stream her lives live, all them people finna come over here. Connie been running it up on YouTube. However, I don't agree with people streaming another person's live, especially when they live. I think that's corny. I said it was corny back then when Connie used to do it on Facebook, and I think it's corny now that she's doing it. But she's also doing it now because she know it get under May's skin. She know it get under May's skin, and that's my personal opinion. However, it's Connie Page, and she found a workaround on YouTube to do it, so she gonna do her biggest one. You know what I'm saying? But that's my opinion. I know some of y'all don't like it, and that's okay. Some of y'all agree with me, and that's okay. And you can still be a supporter of me and not agree with everything I say. I never tell anybody they have to agree with anything I say. But y'all not finna change my mind. And as I said, as always, if somebody could find some type of receipt to prove something, you know what I'm saying? Hey, like I said, always, I'm gonna stand on it, baby. If it's some type of proof to show that she was, oh, absolutely not, because I'm never gonna support that. But I'm not going to label somebody's son without some type of actual factuals. But I'm also not going to ignore the fact that his story was adding up with stuff that May has said, and his story also was adding up stuff what Ivan has said. And something that made me think, like, why wouldn't he come up here and clean up what how he has been painted? Because he absolutely could have came online and was like, I wasn't infatuated with her. He could have lied and said, no, she did know I was peeking at her at night when she was walking around the house naked. He did it. He said I was sneaking. She didn't know I was supposed to be asleep. He could have came on here and said, no, she knew she was doing it on purpose. So I'm like, why would he not clean that up if it wasn't true? He also said I didn't sleep with her till I was an adult. He also admitted to being pegged. What straight man is going to come on social media and admit to being pegged? It's his story. He could have told it any way that he wanted to tell it. So I can't ignore those things either. Like, to me, you know what I'm saying? If it was not true, why wouldn't he clean it up? So I got questions. When a man let somebody they booty with a, I don't know if it has to be with a strap or with a real thing, but when May told that story about Chanel putting that strap on and bending her baby daddy over and going boop boop in a booty boop, he admitted to that too. He could have lied. I can't ignore those things. You know what I'm saying? I can't ignore any of those things that he said because that made me go, why wouldn't he come on here and say they a bull-faced lie? I don't play like that. No, he admitted to all those things. And then I also understand that it was confirmed that yeah, they were in some type of poly relationship. Something that also stood out to me was when he said, I couldn't sleep with May because Ivan would be jealous. We've heard that story. We've heard like similar stories about the jealousy from Ivan and May like before. So why would he come on here and make those things up? Is his story totally true? I don't know, but that's his story. And I'm not gonna lie and not say out loud, like I said on my post, that his story add up with May's, and it add up with a lot that Ivan said. I definitely peek over at D&D for Scream 3 stuff because she ain't gonna make it to my page. I actually had shared something D&D, and you might have saw me share something and then delete it because then I was like, damn, I can't put her on my page. I just can't do it. I will put a post up or something, but I can't. I don't want her on my page. I don't care if I got 2 views or no views. I don't want her getting no motion for me. And that's why I say Scream 3. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. She's disgusting to me. And I absolutely will not support someone because they are against someone who I'm against. To me, that's weird. But we see that happen on social media time and time again. We've seen plenty of people team up and be friends with people simply because, like, enemies becoming friends simply because, oh, you don't like that person? I don't like that person either. I've had people team up because they ain't like me and pretend like they was cool knowing they ain't like each other. Can't stand each other. Oh, but you don't like Summer? And I don't like Summer? Oh, we team, baby. We've been a team, but it don't never work out. It don't never work out. But anywho, I'm gonna hop above here and go in the house and get myself together. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and vibing with me. I should wait for another 4 minutes. I could make a full hour. Does anybody want to come up? If you come up and do too much, I'm gonna boot you off. Anybody got anything they want to share? They want to come up on the panel real quick before I clip it? Because I'll bring you up. Don't come up here doing the most because my trigger finger is fast. Thanks, and girl, I don't care about that. Share what you want and delete what you want. All right, I just want because I'm like, I don't know if she's seen it. I know she was like, I don't know if you got the notification. I was like, oh no, I do not want her on my page. I can't do it. I just can't do it. And if I'm screaming in your ear, I'm sorry because I got a little bit. I did get a little bit of energy. I did get a little bit of energy. I did get a little bit of energy. And if some of y'all are writing stuff comments and y'all feel like I'm ignoring y'all, it's probably because y'all using words that is in my manager. And if you say certain things, I won't even see it. And this is advice I'm like, I feel like I've said this to May before during our friendship and after. If people are using certain terminology in your audience, instead of you stressing yourself out, just put it in your content manager. Put those keywords in so people can use it and to throw you off your square. You know what I'm saying? That's all you gotta do. Put those words in, you will never see them. It's like they never there. And from my understanding, it still will contribute to engagement in the bonus. Like even though you don't see it, because it's still there, they're just hitting. You could go and click on your hidden stuff if you want to go see it later and view it, but they'll never know that you can't see it. They know now because I said something to them. So if somebody was in the comments and feeling like I was ignoring them, probably in the comments like, "Oh, she ignoring me. She see me. No, I ain't ignoring you. I don't see you and overlook. I don't see you at all because your message is a ghost. Is a ghost. It has made my life so much easier when I go live. Like when I tell you, life is a breeze using that manager where you can put words in. Chef's kiss. Ain't that what they say? I'm just saying. You know, I don't want to see certain things. I ain't gonna put it in. You know. But that was my recap for today. I hope you guys enjoyed me because I enjoyed you. And I hope we do this again. I gotta get back to my roots. I'm trying to. I done fell into this whole, being a wife, being a mother, focused on at home. And actually I be on the phone with my pizza friends. I be on the phone with my friends. Child. I be stalking them sometimes. They be stalking me. And I just be comfortable in my little cozy hole. You know what I'm saying? I just comfortable focusing on me. But I missed the money, so I need to get back to the bag. I need to get back to it. So maybe I will. I can't give you, you know, I can't go past the hour. If we were still doing, my husband is home. So if my husband wasn't home, I would have dropped the link and I would have ended the live and I would let people come up and we could have did a private dialogue. But when I pulled up, his vehicle was here. So I can't do the private call. But maybe another time, I can go live and we could do what we used to do back in the day when we would go to the back office and we'll be able to talk and say what we want to say. And I would love to do a watch party again. That I haven't did it again, but I had fun that time when we did the watch party for subscribers and we played the video and then we were able to talk freely and people can have their opinion. I miss doing that kind of stuff. So we'll see what happens. But again, thank you guys for tuning in. If you catch this replay, I'm sorry I forgot to say hey to the replay watchers. Make sure you hashtag replay in the comments so I know you was here. Don't be afraid to hit that share button. Your girl is still shadow banning on Facebook, so sharing is the only way I'm going to get out. Hopefully nobody don't tag me before then. But hopefully February, March, everything is going to fall off on my page and I'll be back in the green because I'm legit like on red. I ain't yellow, I'm red. It's like one more hiccup and my page on Facebook is gone. Hopefully a hater don't do too much. You know what I'm saying? Try to get me. But love you all. Good night.
Nice.
The tea is coming soon.
We got the tea.
If you at home or on the move, but you gotta stay tuned.
Stay tuned, y'all.
'Cause summer's room. The tea is coming soon.
We got the
If
tea.
you at home or on the move, but you gotta stay tuned.
Stay tuned, y'all.
'Cause summer's room.
Be sure to smash that follow button on all platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok.